talking. We all do it. Some probably should not. Some do it more than others. The two categories are usually not mutually exclusive. But recently, it has been called into question whether this ability of ours should be done quite so freely online, or whether it should be done not at all. There were not one but two tech events piece that came about recently. And it's funny because they are complete opposites. Piece up yours. They're complete opposites. One is recently, Facebook essentially said no more DEI department. No one needs to check over content anymore. Free the speech. Anyone can say anything and surely nothing will go wrong. Moderation is unnecessary. That's an oversimplification, but still. And then TokTok recently came upon its deadline. It's, well, coming up to its deadline now, where at least in the Americas, TokTok was told, come here, TokTok. You've been a very bad TokTok. My children are doing these strange dances. I don't understand them, and the songs have no melody. I don't like you very much, TokTok. So, because I'm not racist at all, if an American company buys you out, you can continue to exist. Otherwise, you cannot. And the time has almost come where their welcome has been worn out and no one's bought them. Therefore, TokTok may be discontinued. Take that speech and lock it away for good. Take that clock app. It's a bit confusing, really. I mean, just like from an outside perspective. Are you not a little confused? I'm a little confused. And I have strong opinions on this matter, but isn't it a smidgen difficult to comprehend? Exactly. You didn't dance hard enough, people. On the one hand, you've got free the speech. On the other hand, you've got free speech dangerous. Lock it away. Like, choose a lane. I mean, I disagree with both, but choose a lane. Really? Choose a lane. America? I'm just an Australian on the other side of the planet. It's like, recently, it's a funny digression, but I think it's hilarious. You got this really serious picture of Anthony Albanese. He's our Prime Minister. He's like, someone from Australia went to Russia. I got captured, I believe, even killed, which is horrific and horrible, and I don't want to undermine that. But Anthony Albanese is here, like, being like, we're going to do everything within our power to counteract this attack upon our peoples. And I'm like, you got this, going red in the face, and I'm like, can you imagine Russia? Can you imagine Russia? Putin's looking at this, like, overweight middle-aged man being like, huh? The Australians think they can do something. Huh? What is this man saying? Huh? I swear the Australian got caught in one of their concentration camps. And he was like, you can't do anything to me. I'm an Australian. And Putin was like, oh, Australian. Kill him. I mean, what is Australia gonna... It's Russia. Yeah, like, anyway. America. Back to America. America has some power. Has a bit more power in this regard. So we're speaking about America here. America is thinking of closing down the TokTok app. But simultaneously, America is the home of the book face. Meta. They also own Instagram. So, and Bookface and Instagram are all like, free speech for everyone. If you want to post your butthole, you can. Freedom. And it's just confusing. It's confusing. As an American, I don't know how you're making sense of this. That's what it is. China. It's because of China. China did it. It's always China's fault. Have you noticed that? Always China's fault. At least according to some people, it's always China's fault. I mean, it isn't the guy who runs the app from Singapore. I don't know. It's probably China. Doesn't matter. The Chinese government is coming in to hack us. Look, honestly, they already have. Calm down. They didn't need Tok to do that. They already hacked in and they were like, let's see what the Americans are up to. Are you serious? This guy just spent 3 hours searching the internet to find the best pizza packet flavor. Is that what they're doing? So our secret military plans are to infiltrate pizza packets? But like, quantum apocalypse time! But really, it is a little bit of a confusing space right now. It is a little bit of a confusing space. And it is confusing because really, it's not. It's not confusing at all. It's confusing because we've made something confusing that should not be confusing. We have actually, no way, check this out, guys. We have actually got laws and a system in place when it comes to speech. Yeah, people figured this out. We've been talking for centuries, and people have actually already figured this out. Various countries have various takes on it. In America, they have a freedom of speech right in their, what was it? Bill of Rights or something. You're free to speak. In other countries, they also have similar things where they're like, you can talk. Some countries, not so much. Russia, Putin be like, kill them. They talk to kill them. But that in some countries, more so than others, but they have rules. There are systems already in place. People decided things. People in suits, they sat in places. They let out a little bit of gas. It smelt there. That's why there's not so many people in the audience. And it's boring. But they came up with ideas and they've been implementing them for some time now. People have been allowed to talk forever. Of course, there are consequences if you say the wrong thing when you talk. That has already also been a thing forever. It's like, yes, you're allowed to talk, but if you embezzle people through your speeches, if you put them into illegal contracts when you talk, if you are fraudulent when you talk, there are consequences. If you incite violence, there are consequences. And this is not online, this is in the real world. In the real world, if you do these things, there are consequences. If you go up to a police officer and you verbally abuse them, there are consequences, right? So talking has always been a thing you're allowed to do, but if you talk in certain not so good ways, there are consequences. Straightforward enough, I think. We've already got the rules. So why is this a problem? Why is this a problem? I'm sorry, Patrick. You want to go up and abuse police officers? I don't want to be a buzzkill. Why is this a problem if we've already figured this out? Why have we got a problem here? Oh, I see. Because the online world and the real world are two very separate places. And in the online world, there are no rules. And I suppose this makes sense because rules are very hard to enforce. And that's a good logical argument for it. It's a good logical argument for it. Can you imagine, though, if they could, can you imagine Mark Zuckerberg is just, sneaking up behind Frank? Frank's on his computer and he's about to post misinformation to Facebook. He's like, celery juice will cure cancer. He started writing it up. He's about to press the post button. But there's Mark Zuckerberg. He's right behind Frank. Whoa! Take that, Frank! Mark Zuckerberg saved our day. No misinformation spread. No one's going to drink any of that piss juice. Cancer will remain unsolved. But yeah, obviously that's not possible to do. Mark Zuckerberg can't be everywhere all at once. Mark Zuckerberg probably can't even break into your house and stand behind you eerily as you're typing something. Mark Zuckerberg can't even know that you're about to post misinformation. So even if he could, wearing, I don't know, a giant neon shirt to alert everyone to your bad behavior, he couldn't predict it until you press the post button. So, kind of hard to work with. I guess there's probably a solution. I'm not going to come up with it. Is not my job, is above my pay grade. I spout rubbish on the internet. That's what I do. Someone else has to monitor it. Or not, I suppose, in Bookface. Anyhow, he just needs his people to invent time travel and superhuman speed. Exactly. Stop trying to do VR. Stop trying to make VR happen, Zuckerberg. Focus on time travel. I would have made such a good entrepreneur. Anyhow, yes, it is very difficult to enforce these things. There's been a few attempts, a few lists of things to do and not to do. And I myself have been struck by the lightning of the moderation bans. When I was on TokTok, actually, I was banned within 2 weeks, which I think is a record. And I didn't actually even say anything that was against the terms of service. It was just, unfortunately, moderation was done by robots and I got picked up incorrectly, which does happen. So you can get picked up incorrectly on all of these sites, especially when robots are doing the moderating. These sites have tried to do some form of moderation that, it's a little bit like when you've got teenagers at their school ball. They've just finished year 12, the last year of school, final grade of senior school, and they're having their ball, and there's all the 18, 17-year-olds, and they're all trying to impress each other and dress in the pretty dresses, and then all of them are trying to, slip some alcohol into the punch because they're so hardcore that they can bring about liver damage before anyone. And then, putting the alcohol in the punch. And the teachers are trying to stop the bad behavior. They're really trying. They're really on their phones. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah. That's kind of the level of trying that's going on here. They're trying to moderate up until this trying. Again, probably because it's a fruitless pursuit. Is that really the crux of it? Probably not, though. Yeah, probably not, though. Because to be honest, and I think if everyone really thought critically about this for even half a moment, these websites should not be allowed to retroactively fix issues. That's like having a town square where people openly murder each other for a few years, and then at one point they go, okay, we haven't managed to stop the murders, but we're trying. It's it doesn't work that way. You're not meant to allow that. That's not possible. Really, if you think about it deeply to any extent, I always make the allegory, is that the correct word, to the town square where someone murders someone. Get out! You're not allowed here ever again unless you come back with a fake mustache. That's social media. But that should not be permissible. These websites straight up should not have been allowed to exist in the first place. That's it. Until they had up the safeguards to start with, they shouldn't have been allowed to exist in the first place. So you can follow that line of thinking as far as you want. It's pretty useless. The real line of thinking to follow, however, is the ka-ching-ching, ka-bling-bling. Because that's always what it comes down to. The ka-ching-ching, ka-bling-bling. I don't know. Just spitballing here with my aluminium foil cap. But Facebook decides to fire half of their moderation department. No clap back, flat back. I forgot the word. English is hard. No one's stopping that, right? And then a couple of weeks later, TikTok is reaching the point where it could get banned. This was pretty convenient. Pretty convenient for Facebook. Pretty convenient for Bookface. And I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is known to have been like, you should ban TokTok. You should ban them. Very bad website. Terrible for security. I wonder why Mark Zuckerberg might think that. I wonder why. Maybe it's because no one likes using his shitty website anymore because everything's broken and the only thing you get in your feed are the things that he recommends and they're not even interesting. I would rather watch some random teenager do this, while they post up politically uninformed bits of text with spelling errors on top of it. That's what I want to be watching in little scrolls all day. Yeah. Maybe that's why Mark Zuckerberg is protesting, because the ka-ching-ching will go from TokTok straight to him. And he needs the money. He needs the money. Really? He's been struggling. It's been a hard life for Mark Zuckerberg. He can't even afford another hoodie. He's got 7,000 grey hoodies, but he needs one in a different shade of grey. And he can't afford it. He can't afford the hoodie. Have some empathy, people. So many coincidences with Mark and his timing of the changes. I don't know. And nobody told me that he was running out of hoodies. I know, 49 shades of grey to go. He made a critical error. He bought all 7,000 of them in one shade. Ridiculous. Always need more hoodies. Exactly. So have some empathy for the poor guy. Have some empathy. But yeah, it comes down, I think, to ka-ching-ching, because practically speaking, these sites shouldn't exist. But they do exist, and there's so much wrong with them that the rabbit hole of things that are wrong with them is petrifying. But the reason they continue to exist is because they have so much money. They have so much money, and it's freaking hilarious seeing the teenagers trying to defend TokTok. This is our place to talk. This is our forum. You are politically silencing us. No one's silencing you. Janice, no one's silencing you. I mean, technically TikTok was silencing you because your parents couldn't stand hearing your protests anymore. And they were like, just post it on that thing and then we don't have to listen to it. No one's silencing you. You can post on some other website or you can just complain in your bedroom. TikTok is not the answer. It's not the freedom dissemination of information you think it is. It's just an app where people jiggle-dee with text on top. It's not changing the world the way you think it is. The same website has existed in 7,000 forms before. And most of them were better than this one. Most of them were better than this one. Anyhow, it is funny. If only you'd heard a certain audio sing-song version of that grey book. Indeed. The kind of grey he's going for only comes with age. I guess so. Colour analysis. You need to make sure that your grey is matching your skin tone so it's harmonious. Remember Vine, Musical.ly, MySpace? Yeah. There's been a few of these. It's not as revolutionary as you think it is. If it gets closed down, you'll find another one. Life will move forward. You can cry the tears of the sadness. You can protest about it instead of eating your school lunch. But you will move on. I believe in you. You can do this. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell because clicking things is fun. If you want to see the full versions of these Twitch streams, then you can on my channel, twitch.tv/MaryAmber. And if you want to catch VODs, if you've missed streams, then check out my Patreon, Ninja Club, patreon.com/MaryAmber.